レクさん、おはよう。
Meet me here at this time tomorrow. There's something you need to know. I got used to see you as a friend, but deep inside, there's something else I know. Ooh, the world seems so hollow. Ooh, without you by my side. Ooh, from the moment I dared to follow a whispering voice inside, I realized I'm in love. Ooh, yeah, I realized I'm in love. So now we're here. I'm anxious and it shows, but I need to speak my mind. 'Cause through all these years, I wanted you to know what's hiding deep inside. Ooh, the world seems so hollow. Ooh, without you by my side. Ooh, from the moment I dared to follow a whispering voice inside, I realized I'm in love.
living authentic. Do more exploring, the deeper the knowing, just what is essential for life that is thriving. Go deep, mute out the chatter, feel it, burn off the fire, let go until there's peace to your core. Live a life you adore. Silence the noise, away from the program, removing performance, true self off its standing. Live free from worry, live by just being. Power in finding your wholeness in now. Go deep, mute out the chatter, feel it, burn off the fire, let go until there's peace to your core. Live a life you adore.